Welcome to a Counseling Skills mini lecture. I'm Dr. Allen, and today we are discussing invitational skills. This is an exciting topic because this is where we start doing things in session. It really gets down to what do we get to say now that we can sit face to face with the client. So we're going to talk about some things that you can do right off the bat. And that'll be door openers, minimal encouragers, and even single word encouragers. So door openers, these are things that provide an invitation to talk without asking a question. It encourages exploration and discussion and provides a positive yet non-judgmental response, right? We're not putting any judgment or expectations on it. We're just asking or putting out a request for more information. And what's nice is that it encourages the client to expand without giving them a specific direction like a question would. Giving them a little bit more freedom and allowing them to fill that space with things that we might not have even known to ask about. And what's nice is that it provides time for the counselor to formulate a response. Typically, if you don't know what to say, it means you haven't heard enough yet. So some examples of door openers are, tell me what's brought you in today. Tell me more about that. Why don't you share what's on your mind? Help me understand more about that. And one that I like to use, how so? Next is minimal encouragers. These convey attention and understanding. And what's nice is they gently prompt a client to continue, but doesn't detract from a client's line of thought. They're typically accompanied by a nod. So a nod in itself is its own minimal encourager. And then a vocalization like, I see. Okay. Or I hear you. What it does is it says that I'm present and that you're actively engaged with the client during that session, that moment. Now, seems like a simple tool, right? But unfortunately, it can be misused. It's very easy to use it ineffectively. So some common mistakes is nodding too much or using them too much, honestly. I know this was a feedback that I got during my first year or so doing counseling. It's just nodding along the whole time. But then it loses its effect because it's your constant state rather than a moment where you're prompting them to continue or really showing that you're there. Another thing is moving too much. I know that's not listed there, but the way you nod, you want to make sure it's just your head and your neck, not your whole body nodding along. You might laugh when I say that, but watch your videos. You might be surprised kind of how your body reacts when you nod. So just be mindful. You want to be aware of the overuse of minimal encouragers, especially if they are interrupting or cutting off the client. The client might be talking and just, if you keep saying, okay, it can have that impact of letting them know that you don't want them to keep talking or that they're talking too much, so you're kind of shutting them down. So use them sparingly and mindfully. You don't need to use it every sentence or so. And be mindful of the timing with it because it could, if you do it in the middle of a sentence, it could look like you're cutting them off or sound like you're cutting them off. Another one is the ill-timed use of minimal encouragers like yes, yeah, or right. That's why I don't have them listed on the other slide because I don't want you to get into the habit, but unfortunately it does happen. I honestly, yeah and right are two that I tend to use a lot when a client's talking like, yeah, right. Problem with those two or those three is that if they say something, especially like self-critical or that talking about someone else, and then you say yeah or right, then you're affirming that thought or that statement. So imagine a client says, gosh, I'm so stupid. And you go, yeah, no, it doesn't come off well. So I just recommend avoiding yeah, right, yes as minimal encouragers. But if you do use them, just be really mindful of when you choose to use them. All right. Finally, is the single word encourager and restatements. This is when you say exactly what it is that the client said. It might be just a word or a phrase that the client said in that most recent statement. The purpose of that is to focus the conversation on that point for a deeper reflection or exploration. I kind of imagine it like a little needle, like you're poking at just that one part of their statement to really bring it out and see what they meant by that. And as you do this, choose carefully because it is very pointed. It can influence the direction of the conversation. So by picking one point, you might lose access to those others without directly backing up and going in that other direction. So this is a nice, so this is an example of how you would use it. A client might, who's recently fired from a job, might say something like, "I just feel so stupid that this happened to me, and I can't get past it. I know better, and I shouldn't take it so personally. But a part of me thinks I should have been able to stop it from getting this far. At the core of it, I feel stupid, and honestly, like a failure." So to use a single word or phrase, encourager, you might say you want to pick on one of those phrases. So you might say, might respond with "Mm, getting this far," or uh, you feel like a failure, or just say like a failure. Um, you're not saying that they are, but you're pointing it out that they said it because they'll elaborate more. So if you said something like, Get from getting this far," they might, yeah, like I didn't think that it would go all the way to me getting fired. It was an innocent conversation. And see, you get more information from that. Um, you might even can't get past it, right? You're pinpointing, can't get past it. Like, what does that mean? Like, as a counselor, that's something that's going to pique my interest. I'm like, what do you mean they can't get past it? Are they thinking about it a lot? Are they really dwelling on it? Is it causing depression? Right? I'm not going to ask all those questions because that's going to feel more like an interrogation. And I might say, can't get past it. Yeah, I think about it all the time. It's really weighing on me. I don't even want to apply to any other jobs because blah, 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 blah. To see how each three of those different restatements brings the client, even just me and mock playing it, into a different direction. Okay. That's the power of this skill. It can be really helpful, especially when you're not quite sure where to go yet. You can just, and if you notice something really poignant and you want to go there without assuming, it's a great skill to use in that moment. So that's it for our invitational skills. If you have any questions, email me at lkallen@seu.edu. I look forward to hearing from you, and take care, future counselors.